it's funny because just as we were talking about music and stuff, I'm remembering one of the first things I heard you do when we were first meeting each other and we're in our early 20s was you used to do this character called Rocker. And he was a heavy metal rocker.
Yeah.
And I forget what he did, but he'd be like, because he sang sort of he talked sort of like Axl Rose sings. And I always wanted you to do Rocker. And he'd be like, rock and roll. And I just delight.
Every time I see a guy, the other day I saw a guy walking down the street in Greenwich Village and he just looked like an old English rocker. And all I could think in his mind all day long, he's just saying, rock and roll, man. All day long. That's the only thing going through his head.
You also did a guy.
Smigel used to do old people.
Yes.
I'm old.
I'm old. I'm old. And now we're getting old. It's not so funny anymore, is it?
I'm old. I'm old.
Yeah, there's so many little things that we would go into.
So mean to people.
Yeah.
But comedy should have a little bit of
I do a thing where I'll be driving around. David, you've seen me do. I'm in a car and I'm driving around, and they're just people. Like you're in Manhattan and you're in an Uber, and people are all over the place, and I'll be like, better than him, better than her. I'll be in a car like, and it's a guy who just is constantly making sure that he's better than everyone, and someone else, better than him, and then they're pushing a baby carriage, and I'll go like, better than the kid, better than. Yep, still good. Better than, and like literally, you know.
If anyone else heard it out of context, you'd be a monster.
No, there's so much stuff I do, which is my take on a monster. And then sometimes you can think, is he a monster or is he doing his I hope he's doing his take on a monster. And I think I am, but who sits in a car and goes better than
him?
And the one thing I did that only you tuned into was the miso soup horse. I used to go, one of my characters was the miso soup horse, and it was a horse that just went, miso soup. And you would laugh. And like every other writer was like, would you fucking shut up? Miso soup. And Bob would have that great laugh, and I'd be like, well, at least he'll be my friend when this is all over. I got to watch, you came out with Nobody, and one thing I would not have guessed, if you had told me, okay, I meet this guy, Bob Odenkirk, and Future Man came to me and said, let me tell you about Bob in the future. He's going to be on Broadway. He's going to be Tony nominated. I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. I can see all of that happening. He's going to have a sketch comedy show that becomes the formative sketch comedy show for a lot of people, along with David Cross, called Mr. Show. I'd say, like, yep, tracks. He's going to be an action star. I would say, I like you, Future Man, but clearly you have a brain tumor. And when Nobody came out, I was like, oh, I got to, because you told me about Nobody before it came out. And you said, Conan, there's something I want you to see. There's something I want you to see. You're gonna, and you said, there's something I'm doing now that I think is going to surprise you. And I was like, whatever. I didn't know what you were talking about. And Nobody came out. Fine. And when it came out, I was just, oh, he's so good at this. And the bus scene was this thing that really got me, where you get beat up and thrown off the bus.
Yes.
And then I think I don't know if you take a belt off and you tie it around and you get back on the bus.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is tapping into something that's always in Bob.
Yeah.
There is
rage.
There's a rage. There's a determination. There's a, we were all at one point low men on the totem pole at SNL.
Yeah.
And there was and feeling like we don't belong, or maybe feeling like we're not going to last.
A chip on my shoulder.
But I see it, and then I think, but what's amazing is this role came along when you're completely established as a great actor. So you've got that part, and then you're kicking ass, and there's a rage, and I saw Nobody 2 and really loved it.
You saw it.
I saw it.
Yeah. How did you see it?
Because
I'm sure they've been very protective of it.
Oh, they are really protective. They sent me a link. I was trying to watch the link, and it wasn't letting me, and clicking on it. And there's all these codes you have to put in, and it's like getting into the Pentagon. I feel like I'm trying to access nuclear weapons. But anyway, long story short, I finally get in with a lot of help from young people who know how the internet works and how computers work.
Yeah. And they know the whole alphabet.
Oh, that was low. Just because I'm an ape? I don't know the alpha. An Irish ape. When Bob sees me, he sees one of those immigrant cartoons of a dirty Irishman from 1870 who looks like a giant gorilla, but has like red mutton chops.
This is why I was nervous about the podcast, is because I thought you just make me laugh for an hour, and I would. That's all that people would see as Bob is a gibbering, giddy.
No, you've
gibbling fool. Is that a word? Gibbling.
It is.
I'm
now.
a gibbling
I think it's a
fool.
gibbling. You're a gibbling
but
fool.
I honestly, Conan, you make me laugh so hard, and it's such silly stuff. And I have to say, the thing that I'll never forget laughing so hard at is the impersonation of the alien from the movie.
Oh,
Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine.
Yes.
And
it was 2 a.m. I probably ate too much, Thai food, so I had some kind of sugar rush.
SNL.
2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Lou Gossett Jr.'s in the movie, along with...
This had nothing to do with the Dennis Quaid.
And Dennis Quaid.
This had nothing to do with who was hosting the show.
No, it wasn't
anything to do
no
with anything.
No one was hosting the show
at all. In fact, the movie wasn't even recent.
Yeah.
And you started doing the alien.
The pregnant Dennis Quaid. I mean, the pregnant Lou Gossett
Jr.
And he's an alien who you've seen is evil, but then you realize that his species can have a baby, which comes late in the thing.
This is real, because I never saw the movie.
This is real. And then there's this part where he's gone from like vicious monster, and he's gone from like the monster in Terminator, and not Terminator, but Predator, to suddenly it's as if at the end of Predator the monster is like and rubbing its very pregnant belly and making very maternal faces, and it blew my brain. And all I could do was, we had work to do.
Yeah.
And you and I are howling because I'm rubbing my belly and making...
I'm with child.
I'm with child. And which may not even be... I don't think it's even in the movie, I'm with child, because no alien would know that
if
saying.
That was in the movie. That would be the
I don't
greatest
know. But
thing
anyway,
ever.
to fans of Enemy
Can you
Mine, I'm
imagine
sorry.
writing that in and then people being like, this one line... I think we might be pushing it.
We got to tweak
I'm
it.
with child.
I'm
Does he
with
need
child.
to keep saying that? He says it 12 times.
Yeah,
I
mean,
counted.
this really cool, vicious alien is like, I'm doing Kegels. I have a cream I rub for stretch marks.
Two.
I'm eating for two. I have to eat 2 human skulls. Burp.
Burp.